Hello beautiful people, hope you all are doing good. My name is Muhammad Zishan. Welcome back to another video. So today in this video we are going to discuss about the AWS pricing, AWS charges, whatever. Okay, so if you use AWS platform, which is a cloud computing platform which we use in order to fulfill our requirements in order to enhance our business, in order to scale up, flexible, so whatever the requirement we want to perform, we'll rent a resource from AWS and we use in our real-time project so that we can successfully can complete the project. So AWS doesn't provide everything freely. Okay, it's a simple and a basic thing that if you go somewhere to a shop, if you buy something, you must have to pay. Each and everything has an amount. Okay, no one will even give a single penny if you aren't important to them or aren't working for them anything. You can take a real life example. Might people have suffered the real time example regarding the money and all factors. So let's move on to our topic. So AWS has more than 200 plus resources. Okay, so each and every resource has its own billing, its own payment. Okay, though it is cost effective, it doesn't mean that you'll get totally complete services from AWS. Okay, even they have their data centers, they have their employees who are continuously working for us in order to make our resources, our project more successful and more enhanced. So in order to cover up all the charges and all stuff, you must have to pay for the AWS. So the basic factors like to see how AWS charges is, the first thing is compute. The amount of data you compute on AWS resources, they will charge. And the databases, if you use the database RDS or DynamoDB, okay, it's a resource of the services which AWS provides in order to store the data. If you use those services, it also charges for those services. And if you store the data, it depends upon how much data you store for how much period of time. Okay, it's also depend on that. And even on the networks, if you are using virtual private cloud or networking services from AWS, so even AWS charges on network services because you are using those services. AWS isn't providing you freely. Okay, you are earning, or you are completing your requirements or fulfilling or anything. Okay, you are just focusing on your work and you are trying to complete your work. So though you are completing your work successfully, because of who's help? AWS resources help. So you must have to pay for them. Okay, it isn't gonna be free for anyone. Okay, so it also depend on the data transfer. So how much data you have transferred, how much data is downloaded from your storage, S3 simple storage service. Okay, there are many factors. Like it depends upon the services, it depends upon the data which you are storing. So it's a different thing. Okay, it depends on your project requirement, the number of resources. There are many factors. Okay, so you have to pay as much as you use those services. Okay, as long as you use those services, you have to pay that long. Okay, if you don't use your AWS service, you don't have to pay even a single penny. If you create an AWS account for the first time, then you will get a free tier. Okay, free tier account where you can use few of the services which are free, which AWS provides for the new users in order to learn AWS, or in order to be familiar with the AWS services. Okay, so it consists of 750 hours or 1 month of service of the plan. It's a monthly plan where you can use in order to learn AWS when you create the first time the AWS account. So if you look at this is the official site of AWS. So if you look at the pricing, so how does AWS pricing works? So you can read here the description. AWS offers you a pay as you go approach for pricing for the vast majority of our cloud services. So you must have to pay for those services which you are using. As long as you use, you have to pay that much of amount. Okay, with AWS you only pay only for the individual service you need for as long as you use them, and without requiring long-term contracts or complex license. You don't have to write a bond, you don't have to take a legal action, you don't have to take the permission from the number of authorities in order to get resources. Must have to pay, can use. It's a on-demand service provider. Okay, next is similar to how you pay for the utilities like water and electricity. Okay, this is basic. Okay, if you want something, you can go you will go to a shop and you'll just pay the amount and you will get the thing what you want. Okay, so same thing, if you want AWS, you just have to pay the amount and you will get the resources which you want in order to fulfill your requirement. Okay, so you only pay for the service, consume, and once you stop using them, there is no additional cost of the minutes. Okay, once you cancel the resources, okay, it doesn't charge you any extra or any additional amount. Okay, it's completely user friendly. Okay, you can freely use AWS services, you can pay them. It only charges you the minimum amount. Okay, it doesn't charge you more than their cost, more than their pricing. Okay, AWS is most cost effective platform for the cloud computing than of other cloud platforms. Okay, remember this. Okay, let's scroll down. Here you can see how do you pay for the AWS pay as you go, save when you commit for the compute and every machine. So saving so even there is a thing, you can also reserve the instances, or you can prepay the amount in order to use the services. If you're reserving few of the resources, AWS resources, before, okay, you will get a discount, much better discount. Okay, pay less by using more. So here's a free, always free tier, types. Okay, these are the services which you can use. Okay, if you once go through the AWS official website, you will get to know about the complete data, like how it charges, when it charges, for what purpose it charges. Okay, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is just a simple overview about the AWS, how it charges you, okay, upon the services. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below if you like my video. Okay, thanks for giving your valuable time. Thanks everyone.